Hey guys, the purpose of this presentation is to let you know that I have shared Mrs. Tejas' Chapter 1, Section 1 Cornell notes with each one of you individually through Google Drive. In this video, I want to teach you how to locate that folder and how to make a copy of the documents and pictures inside so that then you are then able to upload these notes to your eBinder for safekeeping. It's going to be a lot of steps, so definitely buckle up and take rest with the knowledge that if you need to start, pause, restart, and pause for directions multiple times, you are more than welcome to do so. The first thing that I want you to notice is that I am in my personal email account right now. For this demonstration, I'm acting as a student, and I want you to see what this will look like from the student side. Okay. The first step that I'm going to work through is one that some of you have already probably done, which is making a folder for both sixth grade language arts and social studies. So if you've already done this, great, hang tight. If no worries, we've experienced quite the time crunch with classes this year, so no biggies. We can do so now. Okay, so in order to do so, you're going to start here and you're going to click New, select Folder, and you'll want to title this Sixth Grade Language Arts. Now, I know I don't see all of you. There's one section I don't see you for language arts. You do not have to create this at this time. I'm pretty sure Miss Diamond has already had you create one. But for the rest of you, go ahead and create that. And then you'll also take the same process, so New and Folder, and you'll do the same thing for social studies. So sixth grade social studies and create. Perfect. Okay. So now at this point, we're all going to pick up at the same step together. The next thing that we're going to do is create a folder for Chapter 1, Section 1 Cornell Notes. Okay, in just a second, we are going to move this Chapter 1, Section 1 folder into the larger sixth grade social studies folder. So in essence, you want to think of this as a mini folder, the Chapter 1, Section 1 folder, as like a mini folder going inside of this big sixth grade social studies folder. Okay, so what you'll do here is you're going to click New, Folder, and you're going to title this Chapter 1, Section 1 Cornell Notes. Okay, go ahead and click Create, and you will see that folder right here on your screen. And what we want to do now is we want to move that. Again, we want this mini folder to get moved into the larger folder. Okay, so we're going to right click. We're going to select Move To. And at this point, we're going to select sixth grade social studies. Okay, most likely it's going to say that this folder is empty. That's totally cool. Okay, go ahead and click Move here. Now, if you go to select sixth grade social studies or peek inside of this folder, again, you'll see that mini folder inside of the overall big folder. Okay, cool. So moving on. The next thing that we're going to do is locate where I have shared Mrs. Tejas' shared folder of those Chapter 1, Section 1 notes. So in the left column, go ahead and you're going to select Shared with Me. Okay. In your shared drive, you should see a folder titled Chapter 1, Section 1 Cornell Notes. So go ahead and open this up. Here you will see the documents of my type notes, okay, as well as picture images of my Chapter 1, Section 1 handwritten Cornell notes. Now, because you are in the viewer mode, what you'll need to do is you'll need to create a copy of each of these documents and images in order to be able to move them into the eBinder. So in order to do so, what you're going to do is click on, and you're going to follow the same process for each one of these 6 different images and documents. So let's start with the typed notes right here. Okay, you're going to right click, and you're going to select Make a Copy. Okay. Now, when you make a copy, it's going to populate another, obviously, copy, and it's going to say copy of, and then the document. Okay. At that point, you're going to select, or you're going to right click again, and you're going to click rename. Go ahead and just delete this all together. Okay. So that it just says .docx or .jpeg. Okay. At this point, what I want you to do is put your first and last name with a hyphen, and then I want you to title the notes. So you would say Mrs. Teas's C1S1 typed Cornell notes. You would select OK. Now at this point, you can see that this is your own copy. And similar to what we've done before, you're going to right click. You'll select Move To. Okay. You're going to come here to My Drive, 6th grade social studies. And we want to put this in the Chapter 1, Section 1 Cornell Notes folder. So we're going to click that arrow and select Move here. Go ahead and click Move. Okay. In that moment, you're going to lose that copy. Again, that's totally fine. It just means that the copy has been moved. So now we're going to follow that same process for each of these pictures right here. Okay. Now these ones are going to be a little bit different because again, they're not typed notes, they're handwritten notes. So the way we're going to rename them looks a little bit different. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to go right click and we're going to go make a copy. Okay, again, our copy is going to appear right here. You'll know it's the copy because it says copy of. Go ahead and right click again and you're going to click rename. Okay, this time again, go ahead and do your first name with a hyphen. And then after the hyphen, you're going to do Mrs. Teas's handwritten Cornell notes. And then what I want you to do is in parentheses, I want you to do page. Go ahead and look at the page number that's up here at the top. Okay, so this one is page 1. It's page 1 of the Chapter 1, Section 1 set of notes. It's not page 1 in the Social Studies notebook, but of the Section 1 notes, it is page 1. Okay, go ahead and click OK. Okay, you might run into the issue that once it's renamed, okay, you're going to click, you're going to right click again and you're going to select Move To. Once again, you're going to go to My Drive, Social Studies, Cornell Notes. You'll see the typed Cornell Notes in there, and you're going to select Move here. Okay, once again, that particular copy is going to disappear. Okay, so I've done the first two. Now I'm going to move on to the third document or image. Okay, I'm going to follow the same process. I'm going to right click, select make a copy. There's my copy right there. Once again, I'm going to rename this. Okay, I'm going to do my first and last name. I'm going to do Mrs. Teas's handwritten Cornell notes. Okay, now this is page 2. Okay, now that's renamed. Okay, I'm going to go right click, Move To, Social Studies. Okay, Chapter 1, Section 1 Cornell Notes. And now I have those, again, those two documents that I've already made a copy of. I'm going to move here. Okay, at this point, if you feel confident, you can stop the video at this point, but I want you to make sure that you get pages, what reads as pages 8, pages 9, and pages 10. Make sure that you get those copied and renamed, okay? For those of you who still want a little bit more handholding and direction, totally cool. If it was me, I would very much want all of that handholding. So this is what I'm going to do for you now. Okay. Again, so page 8, which is page 3 of the handwritten Cornell notes. Okay, we're going to come here, right click. We're going to make a copy. Okay, that copy is going to pop up right here. We're going to right click and say rename. Once again, we'll get rid of the name. We're going to do our name with a hyphen. Okay, and then we'll do Mrs. Teas's handwritten Cornell notes, and in parentheses, PG, so page 3. We're going to select OK. At this point, we're going to, again, right-click. We're going to go Move To, and we're going to move this into our 6th grade social studies, Chapter 1, Section 1, Cornell Notes. Okay. Perfect. All right, again, if you feel confident at this point, you can stop the video now and do this on your own. If you would like to follow along with me, perfection, okay? So right here, I'm on what says page 9, but is really page 4 of my Cornell notes, okay? Once again, I'm gonna right-click, make a copy of page 9. My copy is right here. Okay, I'm gonna right-click. I'm going to rename. I'm gonna erase and do my first and last name. I'm gonna do Mrs. Teas's handwritten Cornell notes. Page, now this time it's 4. Okay. So there's that copy. I'm going to right-click and move to My Drive, 6th grade social studies, Chapter 1, Section 1, Cornell Notes, and move that here. Okay. And then the last step, I'll do this one more time for the last page of my Cornell Notes. Okay. I'm going to right-click, make a copy. My copy lives right there. Okay, I'm going to right-click again, rename my first and last name. I'm going to do Mrs. Teas's handwritten, gosh, spelling is hard today, Cornell Notes, and then page 5. Okay, once I've made that copy and once I've renamed it, I'm going to move it to within my drive, Social Studies, Chapter 1, Section 1, Cornell Notes, and move here. Okay, once I have copied all of these, the next step that I'm going to do is go back into my drive. I'm going to go to 6th grade social studies. This is in my folder now. I'm going to look at my Chapter 1, Section 1 Cornell notes, and I want to make sure that I have copies of not only the typed notes, but all 5 pages of the handwritten notes. Now, you may have to, or sometimes on some devices, you can reorganize your notes to show up in order. Like right here, I have page 1 at the end, page 2 at the end. Some devices will let you drag and reorder within Google Drive. Mine apparently isn't letting me, so I'm just going to have to stay cognizant of that. But if you're able to do so for organization's sake, I would definitely take that opportunity. Okay. At this point, this is where I'm going to stop for this video. And again, if you need to rewatch it as many times as you need to. And I will meet you for the e-binder in our next video.